Say my name.
Hootendo.
That's not my name! Why did everyone say Nintendo? It's who now? Gosh dang, it's who now? I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber. I don't make Nintendo content. I'm who now? Who now?
I guess I'll have to say Breaking Bad is one of my, if not my favorite show of all time. Like this show, holy crap! I don't know what this video is gonna be about. I don't know if it's, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what this is. But this is just me expressing my love for Breaking Bad. And for the people that don't know what Breaking Bad is, like, for example, when I was growing up, I always knew who Walter White was, because, you know, Breaking Bad was big back then. I mean, it's still big now, but it was big back then. It's kind of like if you never watched Star Wars, but you know who Darth Vader is. Everyone knows who Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker is, you know. That was like me with the Walter White. But anyway, it's about a chemistry teacher that learns that he has lung cancer. At age 50, he lived his whole life, you know, as a cog in the machine, a zombie. Not living his true life. For nothing to show for nothing to leave his family, and for nothing to remember his name by.
I am awake. What?
With a man that has nothing left to lose, he makes the best meth, like basically in the world. He makes his special baby blue meth. Well, as he's doing all this, has to worry about his brother-in-law, Hank, which is a DEA agent, finding out about his crime activities. Yeah, I have a lot to say and not that much to say. I'm speechless after watching the finale of Breaking Bad. I would say between this and BoJack is like my top, you know, my two favorite shows. Yeah, watching the pilot, dude, the pilot is like, the pilot is probably my favorite pilot I've ever seen. Like, I'm not usually a big fan of doing a flash forward and then, you know, cut back to 3 weeks later. I was like, this, you know, start at the beginning, but it really works here, because, like, different when it aired on TV, like, this was the big hook for people not to change their channel. There's just a blue sky and the pants fall down. Cuts to a crazy man driving an RV. I'm like, holy crap, dude, what the heck is going on? And it slowly gets to that point in that episode. I just love the chaotic nature of the first scene. They just throw you into this world. And it's absolutely beautiful. And after that, I was freaking hooked, okay? I don't want to say too much spoilers, because this is some shows, like this show and BoJack Horseman. I do want to make reviews sometime, but I don't know. For now, I just don't want to say anything, because I don't want to be responsible for someone knowing the spoilers of these two shows. Like, these two shows are a once-in-a-generation type of show. Like, not once in a generation. I would say more like they come every 5 years or so. There's like the one show, like, I don't know, like Breaking Bad, Gravity Falls, and BoJack Horseman. Like, this show, this has so much detail put into it. It's crazy. Like, the details, like, it has a lot of foreshadowing and all kinds of this, like, symbolism. Like, for once, I know the more and more you watch the show, the clothes on the characters, they become darker as the season go on. Like, they start out people wearing bright clothes, but get to season 5 when the show gets more dark, it's the wearing like dark, you know, blacks and dark blues and all kinds of dark colors. Another cool thing is you can just look at a scene and look at the colors the characters are wearing. And just by the colors, you can tell the mood of the characters and the roles they have in that scene. I mean, that's just so cool to me. Like, I've never seen another show do something like that. That much detail and just something the characters are wearing. I mean, that just blows my mind. This is awesome. This just shows how much care went into making this show. And I'm not even giving this whole color thing justice. I mean, it goes way more in depth. I mean, there's colors of objects and things in the environment that symbolizes things about the scenes they're in. And dude, the characters in the show, I love the characters, like from the side characters, all the characters I found good. I mean, Skylar and Marie, you know, those scenes are, you know, whatever. I don't say I dislike them, but there's probably the least interesting things in the show. But still, for that to be the least interesting thing, then that's pretty good. These characters feel like actual real people. Like, if you told me Saul Goodman was a good lawyer, I would believe you. I'm not kidding. I mean, these characters are very believable in how they're portrayed. Saul Goodman is pulled right out of you see a lawyer on a billboard that you pass on the highway. you think he's like one of those guys, and that's what you believe him to be. That's one of the things that I really liked about the show. I was invested in these people and the interactions they had between each other. And this show is pretty funny because it's a drama, but they have some funny moments in the show.
Fuck you and your eyebrows. Wipe down this.
Definitely between the characters, like in the early half of the show, the characters between Jesse and Walt, like the interaction they have with each other is always funny. Like Jesse saying something dumb and Walt reacts to it. It's always funny to watch. You know, like, oh, look at Walt. How's Walt gonna react to what he just said? Haha. You know, I'm glad they did this because this makes the characters feel more human.
Yeah, nothing but cows. Got some big cow house way out that way, like 2 miles, but I don't see nobody.
Cow house?
Yeah, where they live. The cows. Well, whatever, man. Shit, yeah, let's cook here.
Cow house. God help me.
One thing I would make this to be one of my favorites, or if not my favorite show of all time, is there's no down episode. Like some people say The Fly, but I really like The Fly episode because I remember people saying they don't like it, but I do like The Fly episode. But anyway, they just keep upping the ante, and I'm like, how are they gonna one up this? I'm like, they somehow figure out how to do it. That's why I love this show so much. Like you just see how crazy it could get. Like the situations Walt and Jesse get into. Like I said, I still don't know what this video is, and this is me praising Breaking Bad. This is my reaction after watching Breaking Bad. And of course, after I did watch El Camino. Without spoiling, people say it's whatever. I mean, it's not as good as Breaking Bad, don't get me wrong, but I think it was a little nice to wrap up a character I really love and see where he goes, you know? And a little bit of history with Breaking Bad. I was always planning to watch this show, but Better Call Saul came on. I started watching that, so Breaking Bad was like a sequel to me because I watched Better Call Saul first. Because Better Call Saul is a prequel. Like, I mean, you can watch Better Call Saul without watching Breaking Bad. Like, I've been rewatching the first couple seasons with my family after watching Breaking Bad. And rewatching it, I noticed a bunch of like Breaking Bad Easter eggs. I didn't notice before because before then I never watched Breaking Bad. But I would say now watching both. On the time of recording this, Better Call Saul hasn't ended yet. It has one more season to go. Season 6 is yet to come out. It's supposed to come out in 2021. Even though I have spent longer watching Better Call Saul just because I watched it as it came out, I started watching Breaking Bad in 2020. I started watching it late January or early February and ended it in June 27th, and then watch El Camino the next day, that Sunday. Now I wish I can just erase my memory and watch it again. That's how good it was. That's my same feeling I had watching BoJack. But BoJack I didn't watch all in the same year. I watched BoJack as it came out. I binged watched the first 3 seasons of BoJack because I found BoJack in 2016. And then I watched the other seasons come out as they came out. But man, my God, what a ride. Like, this is crazy. I'm very interested in see how Better Call Saul ends. Not only are there blood, sweat, and tears in the acting, writing, and set design, they also put the blood, sweat, and tears into the cinematography and directing. Like, this show is freaking beautiful, yo. The footage that you've been seeing as I'm talking is just... it's from this video called The Beauty of Breaking Bad, and every episode is eye candy. That's what I have to say. Every episode is eye candy. All episodes has not so much effort just put into the shots in the show. Like you could probably pick several shots per episode that's just beautiful. I definitely love it in live action shows because, I mean, in animation you pull off any shot you want, but in live action you have to be in there going ham within the camera, putting hammers in all the different holes you don't think the camera can go into. And these shots are not just eye candy. They add so much to the scene they're in. And it's so cool how effective these shots are at conveying the tone that is in the scene. For example, in this scene, we can see the world closing in around Walter White, and how things are not going his way. And that's just one example. I mean, I'm probably not doing it justice here. There's probably way more, professor way of saying what I just said, but there's a lot of examples of this in the show. Like, every episode has at least one shot where it's like this, that conveys a lot. Like, I just love looking at this show. This show is just beautiful. This is less of a review and more of a love letter to Breaking Bad. I mean, let's be real here. Like, I got one of the best shows I've ever watched. And for any Breaking Bad fans watching this, here's a little experience to a man that has watched it in 2020. And it's kind of funny. I watched it. Me and my family watched it at the right time because, you know, El Camino came out in 2019. And now there's like a Breaking Bad documentary talking about crime life and comparing it to Breaking Bad. And the guy who plays Gus Fring is going to be the villain in Far Cry 6. There we go. So there's a lot of Breaking Bad things to look forward to. We got the main story, the original, and then we got the prequels, and then we got a sequel movie. I'm glad to be part of this fan base now, and in the future when I decide to rewatch Breaking Bad, because I know I'm gonna rewatch this show, it's that good. And this time I'm rewatching, I can actually find all the, you know, I can look for any foreshadowing line, like any character that says something that might be a foreshadow to like a future event, and I can, hey, look, I noticed that, you know. So hey, it'd be fun rewatching it. So that was my video about Breaking Bad. This was my love letter to Breaking Bad. Like, this is a once in a lifetime type of event. Like, watch it before you die. You have to watch it. It is one of the best shows ever made, if not the best show ever made. So much detail and thought and blood and sweat and tears and love went into this show. And it has one of the best endings to a show I have ever watched. I would recommend this show just so people could watch the episode Ozymandias.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings.
But anyway, it's like a poem or whatever. Anyway, it's season 5, episode 14. That is a must-watch episode of like television. It's probably one of the best episodes of a show ever. And for people that have watched the show, I am now part of you. And all I have to say is, my baby blue.
Why am I the one holding the gun again? Because I'm the one who knocks.
You don't want to be like this, man. Come on.